And if they don't know each other personally, they know what they've all been through. They have shared experiences, and it's really some things that most of us could never relate to. It's something only they know what it's like to be there for.
Because the bond is that they put their lives on the line for people, for strangers who they don't know. They are the first responders, meaning they are the first ones to respond to the scene of an emergency, to the scene of a crisis. This is a live look right now as you have the beginning of the waves of the procession that is starting to enter Shoreline Church. The body of Sergeant Hutchinson should be arriving any moment now. If Lauren Landman is still able to hear us, and if we're still able to turn up her microphone, I'd like to kind of discuss with Lauren just what she is seeing as well right now, because not only is Lauren out there, but we also have another camera crew who's providing us a different angle so that you can see what is turning out to be a very emotional day for Travis County here. And I would say an emotional day just for law enforcement nationwide, because there are officers, deputies from all over the country who are here in Austin to honor Sergeant Hutchinson. And here it is. Here is Sergeant Hutchinson's body arriving to Shoreline Church, surrounded by his fellow deputies, his fellow officers, law enforcement community from all over, near and far. And then if you see on the side of those officers, those deputies, are people who have gathered to say goodbye in their own way. Whether it's their sign that they put in the front yard to read, "Blessed are the peacemakers," whether it's that blue light that they bought at the store to stand by law enforcement, or whether it's standing in this heat at 821 to honor Sergeant Hutchinson. An emotional picture right now as we see his body arrive at Shoreline Church. You hear the sirens in the background, and that is because police have blocked off many of the frontage roads to get to Shoreline Church. And sometimes when you hear police sirens, it's not the best feeling for you. But right now it's a feeling of solidarity with these police officers and deputies who have come together to bring their friend to this memorial service that's happening at Shoreline Church. And as he passes by, they are putting their hands up and they are saluting Sergeant Hutchinson. And the ceremony is supposed to begin around 10 o'clock this morning. They have been practicing inside the church, what they call a pre-service rehearsal. There will be a viewing. The family will get out. They will be seated. And I just want to stay with this picture for you this morning, because this is something no mother wants to look at, no friend, no family member of their loved one who is going to be laid to rest today, of their loved one who touched so many lives and sadly lost their own life defending themselves and defending so many people over their 32 years of service with the Travis County Sheriff's Office. We're going to stay with this picture for as long as it takes, so that you can see what we were invited to see by family and friends of Sergeant Hutchinson as well, is that this is a memorial, a celebration of his life, and a very emotional one at that. And Amanda's been walking you through the traffic closures. David's been walking you through the weather. We've been trying to walk you through this as well. And so I just want to sit on this picture for a little bit, because what you'll see is Sergeant Hutchinson's body being removed and taken inside Shoreline Church, and you'll see his fellow officers and deputies salute him.
So we are looking live here at Shoreline Church. The hearse there is carrying the body of Travis County Sheriff Sergeant Craig Hutchinson. We're told from our people who are there that at this point they're actually waiting for the tail end of the procession to make it into the parking lot at the church, which again gives you an idea of how many people there are there, how many people have shown up to take part in this. Our Lauren Landman is out there at the church. I don't know if Lauren can hear us or if we have her. But Lauren, if you can, give us a sense of what it's like out there.
Yeah, it's very touching to see the long line of law enforcement cars roll up with their blue and red lights flashing, and all of these law enforcement officers and deputies and anyone that just felt the need to come out and spend their morning out here today, take time out of their own schedule to really show respect for the law enforcement community and of course Sergeant Hutchinson. I wanted to recognize one thing. I walked up a little bit earlier underneath that flag that you guys have seen pictures and video of that the procession is driving under. There's a family on the other side of the road, a mom and a very young, and who I'm assuming is her young son, holding signs saying, "Thank you, Sergeant, for your service," and also saying, "Rest in peace." It really is just touching to see the community come together for, like you guys have mentioned so many times already, someone that they barely know.
Lauren, thank you very much. And if you are joining us on KXAN right now, this is a live picture from Shoreline Church on Burnett Road. That hearse you see there is carrying the body of Travis County Sheriff Sergeant Craig Hutchinson, who was shot and killed a little more than a week ago in the backyard of his own home. We have seen throughout this morning, if you have not been watching, a tremendous turnout from his fellow members of law enforcement, police from, I believe you said, Sally, as far away as Chicago, here to attend the funeral. He spent 32 years in the Travis County Sheriff's Office. He leaves behind a wife, 5 children, 2 grandchildren, and his mother as well, who will be there today to, you would imagine, experience something they had never dreamed they might. I want to take a second here and let's just watch and listen